Welcome WrestlingFigs.com. Tim Ash here. Toy Fair fall time here in Santa Monica, California with Enrique. Enrique, how you doing today?
Good. I'm doing great. Nice to see you guys again.
You too. Listen, we're here, Big Buzz. You're debuting your product for TNA line. Tell us a little bit about how you feel, how it's coming about. What do you think about the line in your personal opinion? Tell a little bit the Wrestling Figs fans where you're going with this and how is it feeling to you?
Number one, we are really excited about TNA. It looks awesome. I mean, if I do say so myself, I'm really excited about the brand. Really excited about doing some of these figures that have not been out in a long time. One of my personal favorites is right there. We'll get to it in a second. But Sting. I mean, a lot of these guys who've been out there, and you just haven't been able to get them as part of your collection. I mean, we all know what Toy Biz did in the past, and that was fine, and it did well. But there's a lot of Jakks collectors. There's a lot of wrestling fans out there who have been waiting for a bigger, more significant, impactful line. And I think we're the right place to do it. And we're just really excited about all these figures.
Well, you touched on a good point. 3 years. It's been about 3 years since TNA have had actual action figures. And let me tell you something. When I didn't know what to expect when I came here. I mean, I know the Jakks brand. I know the Jakks story behind the scenes kind of thing. But I'm pretty impressed, man. I mean, you guys have knocked the ball out of the park here. Tell me about your mindset of what you're going into as far as now that you see the product, where can you go from here with TNA?
Absolutely. So one of the things we like to do at Jakks is just really push the envelope. We'll talk about more figures a little bit later, but we're always looking at the new ways to do different things. New ways to do packaging, new ways to use scans, new ways to add articulation to our figures. And with TNA, it's really important for us to come out there with something, still in line with what our longtime collectors have out there, right, but also something really exciting and new. So we've just been able to really get into our processes a little bit better. So for example, one thing that I want to talk about once we hold up some figures is the 3D scanning. Right. We're really using that to the best of our abilities now, and whereas in the past we use it as an aid, right, for sculpting, now it's primarily driving the sculpt.
Oh, the detail's awesome.
And so exactly. So the detail is in my mind better than what we've been able to do in the past. Right. So it's important for us to come out with a line that's really accurate and as good as it can be.
Well, let's talk about Wave 1. What do you got here coming out? You got the TNA Deluxe Impact, which we're going to get into that later, but Deluxe is going to be the series that you guys are going to start pushing. So, I mean, it's great. Tell us a little bit about the first line, who's in the set, and what do we got going on with it, accessory-wise, things like that.
So Deluxe Impact is going to be our primary line, and that's definitely the line we're going to be pushing, and it's going to be huge, and it's where we're able to get our biggest detail and level of articulation. Right, right now we've got two different toy fairs going on. We've got the toy fair here in Santa Monica, and also one in Hong Kong. Oh. So what you see here is only a partial showing of what we have available. So you have 4 of the 6 guys. So I'll just run down the list because I don't quite have it memorized just yet. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. But we've got Jeff Jarrett, Sting, AJ Styles, Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe, and Suicide. Okay. So those are the 6 guys in Wave 1 for TNA.
And right here we have 4 of them. We have Jeff Jarrett. Let's talk a little bit about the Jeff Jarrett figure. I mean, the detail is immaculate. I mean, it's a pretty impressive figure. I mean, the caption on his face tells it all. I mean, this is Jeff Jarrett, his first figure basically in a very, very long time that actually it resembles him to great detail with the guitar. So tell us a little bit about Jeff Jarrett and what it is that sets him apart from the rest of them that you guys have.
Well, Jeff Jarrett, as we all know, is a huge part of TNA and has been out, for a long time and is a historical part of TNA. So it was really important for us to be able to get a Jeff Jarrett figure out in the first wave. Right. So this is the Jeff Jarrett we're doing. You see a lot of accessories here. I don't want to oversell anyone. We're not necessarily sure that it's going to come with that guitar or any of the accessories that you see here. Right. So I just want to be fair and honest with everyone so that we're all clear here. But yeah, that's our figure.
Okay, let's move over to Samoa Joe. Now, the body type on Samoa Joe is a little bit different. It's not a, let's say, Rikishi-style body type that you used to have with WWE. The body style is a lot nicer, and I like the actual look of it. It actually looks like Samoa Joe from head to toe. Tell us a little bit about what went into that developing.
Yeah, that's one of the ones that we're really proud of. And Peter, you guys probably know Peter Scortis out there, our head guy on product development. He's our director of design on UFC and TNA. He's done a great job, and one of the things that he loves to do is to really create accurate sculpts. Right. And Samoa Joe is one that he was really proud of and wanted to do an exceptional job on. So yeah, you can see the different pieces on him, and yeah, I agree with you 100%. It makes for a really unique figure.
And the articulation on Samoa Joe is great too. I mean, all the way down to the detail of the face, the little bit of scraggly hair. I mean, the details have gotten a lot better. That's something you couldn't do with maybe a hand mold versus the computer technology that you guys are using, the 3D sculpt. So that actually brings into play a lot more detail in the figure, which is what you guys were trying to capture TNA wise, right?
Absolutely. So we've been fortunate that with TNA we've been able to go out and scan just about everyone on the roster, and it's been great. So we have those files ready to go, and it'll make for a little bit speedier production and also more accurate figures.
Because there's close to 100 guys that don't have figures or haven't had figures in over 3 years, right? So it's kind of hard to capture all those at one time. So, I mean, what was the process in going into that, going down to Florida or going on house shows, or what was it?
Yeah, so it's all about going down to Florida, and we took our scanner down there, and we brought all the guys in, and just went one at a time. And we also take a lot of reference images, so we photographed everyone, and it's a huge process, and it's ongoing. But yeah, I just want to touch on your point real quick. Over 100 figures out there who have not had action figures in a long time. So like I said, that Sting is a perfect example of somebody who everybody wants to play with. I mean, it's Sting, right? And
so he's an icon in the business.
He's literally an icon, and it's just great for us to be able to provide that for you guys. And I'm excited for ourselves, of course, for the brand, but also for the collectors out there who want to have the Hogan versus Sting battle.
Right. Well, let's move on down to Kurt, because Kurt, this is main event mafia style Kurt. He's got the hair, he's got the beard. I mean, the face tells it all. This is an incredible piece to me, because you just, it seems like we go with Jeff Jarrett, then we go to Samoa Joe, it gets better, and then Kurt just makes it even more of a creative line from you guys. Tell us a little bit about what went into the creation with the hair and things like that, since Kurt's just now started to do that again.
Mm-hmm. So Kurt Angle again. All these guys, Peter Scortis, he's the man. He goes out there and there's different ways that we can do all these figures all the time. And I usually have a little bit to do with who we pick, but he's the one who decides what it's going to look like, and which is perfect because he's great at it. And yeah, Main Event Mafia Kurt Angle is the right place to be with Kurt Angle.
I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not, but he does have the Main Event Mafia star logo right there in the center, which is just paying attention to details, what you guys are doing with TNA. And I don't know how you guys have done it, but you guys have taken it to a whole nother level from WWE to TNA. Is that what you're really wanting the collectors and the people who are out there that are not collectors, that are just now starting maybe to want to pick up the TNA line? That's what you want to establish with them, is that you're trying to change to make a better figure as realistic as possible? Is that what it is?
Absolutely. So for us, it's always important to, again, two-prong approach. Always keep as many that's our president, if you guys can hear him. It's always important for us to keep the collectors who are in the market now. So what do they want? You guys are going to talk to Jeremy a little bit later about the whole ruthless aggression situation, and that's something that
we won't get into that with you.
I want you guys to know that we listen to you. We listen to you, and we react to the feedback. And so part of the feedback is that there's some people who want to continue. And so continuing is important for us, it's important for you, and also, capitalizing on the new fans. There's some fans who are TNA fans only, who maybe don't follow WWE or some of the other events. So for those fans, it's a perfect opportunity to jump in with a new line from the beginning and really, take off from there. So it's keeping the old, keeping the classics, keeping the collectors, and also trying to build it with some new and exciting things, and providing figures with better detail is one way to do it.
It'd probably be accurate to say bringing in new clientele who might not watch the TNA product but might see a Kurt Angle or Samoa Joe and be like, man, I've heard of this guy, or I've seen him in Ring of Honor, or I've seen him somewhere else, and now he's in TNA, and now I've got his figure because Samoa Joe has a great figure here. Now we're going to start watching TNA again. That's what you guys are really trying to push for, is let people start watching the product and picking up your product at the same time.
Absolutely. If we can do that, that'd be great. And I know for a fact that some people are fans of Samoa Joe, period.
Right.
Not necessarily wrestling fans or even TNA fans. And they just, from a cultural standpoint, love Samoa Joe. And that's great. If you go out there and you see the figure and you love it and you want it, you pick it up, and then you start watching TNA because of it, I mean, that's fantastic. We love that.